I wish I could say that I'm coming here with a heavy heart, but I'm not. Because the, the crazy thing about empathy is that it slowly withers away depending on the individual's actions and words. A lot of things recently that have been done that I'm not an overly huge fucking fan of, that I don't enjoy very much. I don't normally like to talk about drama here because, I'd rather just bitch about video games, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm gonna talk about some things here involving that fucking rat, Ethan Klein, and that stupid bitch Trisha Paytas. And a couple other people will be fucking name dropped here, but I want to talk about these two for specific reasons. See, I've been meaning to fucking speak on this for a minute now. I just haven't really, I just haven't really cared all that much. And part of me still doesn't care, so this is just going to be a half-assed attempt to be angry, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really fucking angry. I'm not even really angry. I'm fucking, like, I don't give a fuck about either of these people. In a lot of circles, that makes me a horrible fucking person. But I really don't care. They they've destroyed their own family. I can't even fucking believe just how shit this is all fucking gone to. Maybe I am just a prick. But it's like I don't feel anything towards them. When I was younger, I used to watch H3H3 a lot, and I know that's a lot of people's fucking go-to thing whenever they talk about Ethan now. Oh, I used to watch him, but then he got terrible. Well, yeah, I'm one of those people. I used to watch Ethan, but I'm not. But I'm not gonna sit here and like, oh, his change broke my heart, 'cause it didn't. Just like Elvis's change and Bionic's Pig's change didn't break my fucking heart either, and I used to watch them a lot too. Although I'd probably pick them over a fucking Ethan Klein video, because while they're cowards, at least Elvis is funny and Pig is funny sometimes. When he actually tries to be. Or when he's not on his high horse about anything fucking he doesn't need to be on a high horse about. But back to the point. Why should I care about these people? Why? Why should I care about a man who would team up with one of the worst people on this fucking platform and platform that guy and listen to that guy and take that guy seriously, knowing full fucking well what his history is as it pertains to fucking children? Why would I feel sorry for a guy that put people in intensely uncomfortable situations like Bill Burr and Shoe Nice? Why would I give a fuck about a guy who will stand on the grave of a suicide victim to placate to his audience how good of a person he really is? Why should I care that his fucking family's being destroyed? I mean, even if the fucking accusations towards Gila's brother aren't fucking true, right? Why should I give a fuck? Why should I care any of this? seriously, like, why? What? Give us a reason to give a fuck. There are people that are entertained by it, sure. But that doesn't mean that they actually care about this. Like, seriously, tell me, Ethan, tell me, Gila, why should I care about your family struggles? Knowing full well you tried to ruin a fucking guy's life for like the last year. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a big Keemstar fan either, but goddamn, dude. At least he's a piece of shit on the surface. You try and placate and act like you're not a piece of shit when you are full on a piece of shit. Why should I fucking care about your family and you's mental health? When you will go on air and bury someone like Gabby Hanna, who everyone knows is fucking mentally ill. And fucking sit there and say that you're gonna give her a breakdown award. Like, I'm not saying you're not allowed to make jokes, but that's pretty fucking sick for a guy who literally was standing on the grave of a dead guy who committed suicide. So you could be like, oh, I'm such a good person. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think you are. I know what you are. We all know what you are. You're not a good person. You're a hack. You're a fraud. You're a lousy, reprehensible, rotten sack of shit at the end of the day. And on the other side of this coin, I'm sitting here watching a woman who is having a mental breakdown. And again, I look at her like, why should I care? Like, okay, fine. I get it. Something very horrible happened to her when she was younger. It's not like I don't feel bad for that, okay? Because that shouldn't be happening to fucking anybody. Even if Trisha Paytas is a horrible human being, which she is, she doesn't deserve that shit. Nobody does. But how am I supposed to give a fuck about this person crying on my screen, incoherently babbling about someone not leaving her alone, while the same woman has posted a TikTok making fun of another woman's breakdown? Why should I feel anything for someone who would willingly blackmail another person and I'm just gonna say it for shits and giggles, like there was no real goal that Trisha should have fucking had for this. What should I care about this fucking person and her fucking feelings? Why should I care about her husband, who apparently goes after fucking women for their money, which is fucking ironic to say out loud? Why should I give a fuck about any of these people? These people don't care about other fucking people. And I'm not going to sit here and get on my fucking high horse and all righteousness and say, well, I care about people, so they should care about people too. No, I'm not H3H3. I don't have to pretend like I don't have to pretend like I give a fuck about people who aren't in my fucking circle or who I don't identify with or care about. Or who care about me. I don't have to do that because I'm not a fake bitch. But these people are the fakest bitches I've ever fucking seen on this entire platform. That's covering a lot of motherfuckers that I've seen on this platform. This is some unbelievable bullshit. You know what this fucking video was originally supposed to be about? You know what I was really wanting to talk about today? That everybody's been talking about probably for the past fucking month and a half? T-channels. T-channels. I was planning on talking about T-channels. Isn't that ironic? That I was planning on talking about the very thing that this whole fucking circus started with. But Jesus, they're making the T channels look good, and the T channels are not fucking good. They're just not fucking good, dude. I saw a fucking Willie Mac tweet earlier today. No, not today, yesterday. It's like 4 a.m. when I'm recording this. I saw a fucking Willie Mac tweet earlier that was basically saying that one of these bitches got mad because Eugenia Cooney apparently wore pants that matched her fucking eyeshadow. Look, if anybody should be mad at anybody during this Eugenia Cooney situation, it's the people in her life who don't want to get her help. And even then, you don't know the full story there, so shut the fuck up. Just because the girl is sick does not mean that you get to play righteous fucking savior over here, which is clearly not what you're doing. You're fucking doing the same thing you're claiming her of doing, using her fucking body for views. You have no fucking morals or standards or principles or any class about you to hide this fucking fact correctly. You're a joke. You're just as bad as everyone else you say is bad. I don't know. I don't know. I'm getting worked up over this. Because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. But I guess the more that I think about it, it's just like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, who do these people think that they are? They'll fucking sit there, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. They'll sit there and they'll gaslight you into shit that obviously didn't fucking happen. Or gaslight people into shit that clearly didn't fucking happen. They just make shit up. They don't do their fucking research. Or more than likely, and here's my opinion, it's not about them doing research. It's about, I don't like this person, so I'm gonna fucking slander them. That's what it's really about. It's not about... it's not about making people... holding people accountable. It's not about any of that shit. It's never been about holding people accountable. I can't stand when people just go on the internet and they just make it a lot more simpler than it actually is. Like, no. You're doing this because you're a malicious cunt. Angelica Oles, you're doing this because you're a malicious cunt. You blatantly lied on fucking Twitter. Blatantly fucking lied on Twitter about, having Bianca Devin's name in your fucking videos. You lied. You lied so that you can continue to swing a fucking dead girl at this person who you've never fucking met before, never talked to, ever. Never. Because you don't like her. You don't give a fuck about holding people accountable. This has never been about holding people accountable. I can't stand that fucking wording anymore. Because you don't hold yourself accountable to the same standards that you hold everybody else to. And I realize that I've been repeating myself. I've been repeating other people on that same fucking fact. But it's infuriating that they ignore it. I wouldn't give a fuck about the hypocrisy if you didn't ignore it. You blatantly ignore this shit. You ignore anything that anybody says to you to slap a fucking label or buzzword onto them to make yourself look like the higher power here. You're weak. You're fucking weak. And you're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing me by having to read it. But I'm off topic. Well, technically I'm not, but H3 and Trisha. I actually watched some of those Frenemies episodes, and they weren't half bad. Although, maybe I was having a bit of a downer that day, and it was just background noise. But it was tolerable background noise, right? But then the arguments that they would get into is just fucking uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for, like, more than just one reason, too. It's not like you just fucking sit there and you know, one of them just brings up a fucking argument and then they just fucking go into it. Like, no. They both get angry at each other for how shitty they are as people. But they're too goddamn stupid to look in the fucking mirror as to why this shit keeps happening in the first place. Who fucking thinks it's a good idea to platform someone like Trisha Paytas in the first place as well? That's the other thing. I think Ethan Klein revels in the fact that these people are just not fucking well in the head. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't fucking care that Etika jumped off a fucking bridge to his death. He doesn't care about that guy. I barely even watched him and that fucking shit hit me. Now, in my own personal history with suicide and shit, which I'm not going to get into, but you get my fucking point. Like, he doesn't care about any of these people. He only cares about the attention that he might garner making fun of them or having them on his fucking platforms. Knowing full well that these people are not supposed to be platformed like this in this manner. In a no-holds-barred setting. What? You think Gabby Hanna went on Half-Baked because she really wanted to go on Half-Baked because she likes dealing with drama? Fucking no. No. No, I don't believe that. I don't think that the woman likes dealing with drama. I believe that she was put in a fucking position that she had no other fucking choice to go out and defend herself in. That's what these people do. They don't give you a fucking choice. They don't give you a fucking choice. They make it until you've had a fucking enough, and you have no choice but to address their hollow horseshit. That woman has been fucked with for like 5 or 6 years by people who, let's face it, aren't so fucking right in the head either. I mean, when you take one look at Jessie Smiles, do you think well-adjusted individual? I know I don't. I ain't saying I'm well-adjusted either, but Jesus Christ. I think if somebody were to give me a mental evaluation, I could put her to shame. And I think I'm more fucked up, if not just as fucked up as some of these people are. These people are fucking ruthless. They sit there and they placate to what was the term I heard the other day? Mental health survivors. That's gorgeous right there, that wording. Mental health survivors. They placate to people with mental illnesses, but they don't really give a fuck about people with mental illnesses. They don't fucking care. If that bitch kills herself, what then? What then? What would be the excuse for that? Is it going to be the same for Etika? We didn't know. We thought he was just trolling. Hell, I thought it was a troll first as well. Till he was taken away on a fucking gurney to the hospital. Then I started to take back certain things that I said. And I still regret saying them to this day. Even if they were in private, I still regret saying them to this day. People know people know what I said. The ones who read my DMs back then, they know what I said. And they're not proud of it. But I'm not gonna fucking swing a dead guy. I'm not gonna do that. There's just some things you're not gonna fucking catch me doing. My heart sunk when I found out that motherfucker went missing. He went missing. And instead of being concerned with finding him, a lot of different people on Twitter just fucking, well, this is why we should have more conversations about mental health. We've been having conversations about mental health for the past 15 goddamn years. Ever since 9/11, we've been having isn't that ironic? Ever since 9/11, we've been having conversations about mental health. Sure, it's at its best capacity now. You know, people are using that as an excuse for their shitty fucking actions sometimes. Or sometimes they can't help themselves. But people still think it's a good idea to platform these people and take these people seriously. You're not supposed to take them seriously into what they fucking think. You're supposed to take them seriously in the fact that they need help. Trisha Paytas needs help. She does. She's not gonna go get fucking help. It's not the help that she needs. She's not gonna fucking do all the things that Gabby did to get herself treated. Do all the things that I'm doing to get myself treated. No. No, she's not gonna do any of that. And you can't make her, to be fair. But it's like, fuck, now the T channels are making fun of her too. Like, they're making fun of her mental breakdown. They're making fun of her mental breakdown, but you still see them sit there and say all this positive shit about mental. Like, you don't give a fuck. You don't care. And it would be fine with me if you just didn't pretend like you did. You don't really give a fuck at the end of the day. You don't care. This proves that you don't care just because you don't like this bitch. I don't like her either. And quite frankly, at this moment in time, I don't feel any fucking sympathy for her, but I can recognize when she needs help. You fucking people need help. Making all these exposed videos like you're doing something. Oh, I'm doing the right thing by putting this out there. Something I saw. Unlike most of the T channels, I actually watched Gabby's little series that she had over on her channel, and she said a lot of insightful fucking things in that series that made me change my perspective on her as a person. Right? I don't know if I don't know if I'm at I'd be best friends with her level, but I could definitely see us talking. She was talking about the escape the night thing, which, she said some things in there I don't necessarily agree with, but she was telling her side of the story, right? That was the whole point. Her telling her side of the fucking story. The whole point, right? And then Joey Graceffa literally makes a video 2 hours after that thing drops. Something like Gabby needs to stop lying, or the truth about that fucking show that they were on. It just sat here dog, really? You can't even let her fucking respond without adding fuel to the fucking fire. I'm not saying don't respond, but Jesus Christ, that title alone, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's in the fucking recommended, and it won't stay out of my recommended ever since I watched that series. That title alone is fucking absurd. You are stoking the flames once again. You're not telling your side of the story just to tell your side of the story. You've been sneak dissing her for the past fucking 4 years. She finally speaks up, and now you part your fucking lips to sit here and say she needs to stop lying. Bruh, I don't think she was fucking lying. I think she was telling her side of the story. And what from her side of the story, it sounds like she was a cunt on Escape the Night. Because she probably was. I would be too if I was in her position. I would be too if I was in any of y'all's position on that show. It looked mad fucking uncomfortable to be there. And she shows the text messages of them saying, "Oh no, we want you back." Like, she said no. Really should have stuck to your guns on that one. I would have kept it in no too. I'd be like, no, that's not happening. I'm not about to risk my health for this, because she was going through a fucking eating disorder at the time. You know, it's this bitch is picky. Yeah, I'm sure she was a fucking nightmare to work with. You know, most people dealing with that kind of shit are nightmares to work with. I know, shocker. I'm not excusing it, but it is what it is. What it is. What is she supposed to do? She's just supposed to just ignore all that stuff that she's going through? Well, you know, that really wouldn't be mental health positive, would it? I don't know how I would have reacted in her shoes. I probably would have been worse. So yeah, I'm sure she was a fucking nightmare. I'm not excusing that, but the simple fact that you just leave all that fucking context out of there. Yeah, she was a bitch. I'm sure everyone on that set had bitchy moments. Because it was a stupid fucking show. It was a stupid show where they made the people on the show do stupid fucking things. It's like the WWE is now, only less entertaining somehow. Uncomfortable to watch because of all the shit that they're doing. I couldn't fucking sit through it. As Patches O'Houlihan would say, it's like watching, well, I can't repeat the full line, but it's basically like watching a bunch of morons trying to fuck a doorknob out there. So, fuck, dude. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What is this? Because this sucks. Like, this fucking sucks. Like, people are just like, oh, well, YouTube drama's back. YouTube drama never left. It just got more ridiculous. There's a fucking pedophile allegation every fucking 2 months. Now those allegations got so out of control because Kim wanted to date a 20-year-old for a couple months and dump her. Or pay her to fucking do it. I don't know. Knowing Keem, he probably would have done it just to fuck with him. And it worked. Guy's self-destructed his family. He self-destructed his family. And he's posting this to the public, right? Like, it's not just on his subreddit. It's made its way to Twitter. He's posted this to the public. To make people feel bad for his family fucking crumbling. I don't feel bad for you. I don't. I don't, in all consciousness, feel bad for you. I can't. Because if it was Keem's family, if it was Nick's family, if it was Tommy's family, you wouldn't give a fuck. You'd be relishing in it and making fun of it on your fucking podcast. If it was Gabby's family, oh god. What award would you give her for that one, Ethan? What kind of mental breakdown award would she get for that one? You fucking asshole. I get it. I get it. You have I don't give a fuck money. I mean that's partially what it boils down to. You have I don't give a fuck money. You can afford not to give a fuck. But when it's you, you give a fuck. When it's your family that you're ruining, or you give a fuck then. Hila gives a fuck then when when her mother calls her having a breakdown. Or Trisha, I mean, Trish, like Ethan, it only matters when you have the breakdown, not when anybody else has the breakdown. It only matters when it's you guys. Funny how that works. No, I don't fucking feel sorry for you. Stop posting about it online. You make me sick. The only fucking thing that I feel sorry for is people who follow you that have to fucking read that shit. And even then, I don't fucking really feel sorry for them either. Because they buy into all this crap that you're selling. You're a used car salesman of YouTube. And you let your family's fucking garbage seep into the fucking public. Because you have to be at the center of attention. You can't just shut the fuck up. Do your stupid little podcast about comedy. No, you have to be at the center of attention. You have to be embroiled in this fucking war with people that you don't like. You need it. You need it. You did it with fucking Pyrocynical. You did it with Leafy. Like, you're doing it with Keemstar now. Like, fuck. We should have seen this all along with you. You're impossible. I am getting tired. And I have all of this fucking Sonic footage from like four or five different games that I recorded. And the rant's not going to be that long. So, uh, it is what it is. I might just be reusing some of this. But, yeah. That's all I got to say for now. If I repeat myself anymore, I will literally be beating the dead horse. And I will be beating it to fucking bones. But, I don't know. The only conclusion I have for this is like, dude, fuck this YouTube drama shit. This shit sucks. This shit sucks. This is nothing like 2016. At all. Nothing like 2016. Like, there's some fucking morons that actually follow this shit religiously that are just sitting there like, oh, it's just like the days of old. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. You're watching a family fucking destroy themselves because they one of them is a fucking ego fucking maniac who can't accept when he's fucking wrong and when he should stop and when he's lost. And his fucking whore that he let into his family that's supposedly marrying his brother-in-law, who he is helping accuse of fucking raping somebody. Like, what is this fucking life right now? This shit is not fun. It's not fun to read. It's not even funny anymore. Okay, you know what? It's funny in the sense of, wow, this is really trash. But it's not fucking funny on the sense of, oh, this is genuinely hilarious. I guess my point with this is, why should we care still what happens to these people? Whether we think it's good or bad? Why should we care? This is the lowest totem pole here. We're in the shit. We're at the bottom of the shit. This is fucking gross. I ain't got nothing else to say. This video was bad, but I'm gonna upload it anyways, cause it's fucking gross. Fuck.